The roaring 1920s were loud, daring, and unlike anything America had ever seen. It was a decade standing at the edge of two worlds, the traditions of the past and the relentless speed of a modern future. Jazz spilled out of basement bars, city skylines rose higher each year, and a new sense of freedom pulsed through daily life. But more than anything, the 1920s were defined by 10 things that once shocked society, and today would shock us just as deeply, but for entirely different reasons. To understand this transformation, we need to return to the 1920s as they truly were, raw, electric, uncertain, and filled with invention. This was not just a stylish chapter in history, it was the beginning of a cultural and technological revolution. Flapper culture was one of the decade's most shocking movements. Young women cut their hair short, wore dresses above the knee, danced wildly, smoked in public, and openly questioned the rules that had controlled their mothers and grandmothers. Their behavior was seen as rebellious, even dangerous. Today, their style looks almost elegant compared to modern freedoms, but their courage still feels revolutionary. Prohibition reshaped American life in a way that seems unbelievable now. Alcohol was illegal nationwide, and from that single law an entire underground world was born. Hidden speakeasies, backroom jazz bands, coded entrances, whispered passwords. To someone living in 2025, the idea of banning alcohol across the entire country would feel extreme, almost dystopian, but in the 1920s, it was reality. The rise of the Model T transformed America more than any invention before it. For the first time, average families could own a car. But driving one was nothing like driving today. There were no seatbelts, no smooth rides, no quiet engines. Starting the car required a hand crank that could break your wrist. A modern driver used to electric cars would be shocked at how raw and dangerous early automobiles truly were. Radio became the center of American life. Entire families gathered around a single device to hear news, stories, and music. It was the first technology capable of reaching millions of people at once. In a world where we now scroll past endless content every minute, the idea of one broadcast uniting a nation feels almost magical. Silent films dominated entertainment. Audiences filled theaters to watch actors communicate emotion entirely through movement and expression. Today the idea of a film without sound feels impossible, yet those silent productions laid the foundation for Hollywood and every blockbuster that followed. Phones were nothing like the personal devices we carry today. Calling someone required going through a human operator who physically connected your line. The jump from that system to smartphones with global video calls and AI assistants would look like science fiction to someone from 1925. Smoking was everywhere. Restaurants, trains, offices, even hospitals allowed it. Cigarettes were a cultural norm, advertised as glamorous and sophisticated. Looking back from a world focused on health and clean air, the casual acceptance of smoking feels shocking and reckless. Fashion carried strict social rules. Men wore hats everywhere. Women wore gloves for nearly all formal events. Clothing signaled status, respectability, and identity. Comparing that world to the self-expressive, casual, and diverse fashion of 2025 shows just how far society has evolved. Early aviation was thrilling and terrifying. Passengers sat in open cockpits, exposed to freezing winds. Pilots navigated by stars and instinct. Flights were shaky, loud, and dangerous. Modern commercial aviation, with smooth cabins and global routes, would feel like a miracle to anyone from the 1920s. And finally, the rhythm of life itself. People waited days for letters, weeks for news, months for major announcements. There was no instant communication, no digital noise, no overwhelming stream of information. Today's non-stop connectivity would be both shocking and overwhelming to someone from that era. Across the decades, each of these 10 elements transformed into something entirely new. The 1930s brought powerful radio networks. The 1950s placed televisions in every home. By 2005, the first wave of personal digital life took over with laptops, early smartphones, and music players. In 2016, social media culture exploded, reshaping how people communicated and saw themselves. And in 2025, holographic ads, self-driving cars, and algorithm-driven information define modern life. The pace of change is now exponential, faster than the 1920s could have ever imagined. And yet, despite a century of transformation, the spirit of the Roaring Twenties still echoes through our world. The boldness. The reinvention. The desire to break rules and redefine society. Our own 2020s mirror those patterns: rapid change, cultural shifts, and a world searching for its identity once again. The 1920s were not just a decade. They were a blueprint, a prototype of what happens when society accelerates. Today, as we live through our own roaring decade, we see a familiar truth. History doesn't repeat itself. It evolves. And it carries us forward with it.
Bye everyone, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.